Shabbat Shalom to everyone. We welcome everyone who's here. We have a group of people in the sanctuary, a small group. We welcome them as well as those who are on Zoom, members of our community, and those who are here from near and far on this. It's not the last Shabbat before Pesach, but it feels like the last Shabbat before Pesach because next Shabbat is really only, it feels like it's just, you're already in Pesach already. So we invite everyone to take a deep breath, and it's also the first Shabbat we started the tefillah before Shabbat actually begins. The light is still outside. So we welcome everyone to create a space to welcome in Shabbat, a space of connection, a space of beauty and harmony, and a way to invite in the Spirit of God and also an expanding soul. Yadid nephesh, page 10 or page 252. Yadid nephesh, Avrachaman, Meshoch. Bechuna Anana, page 11, or page 254. Page 13 or page 254. Page 15, Adonai Malach, together, Tizmachu. Adonai Malach, איש לפניו תלך ותראה את סביב צריו הרים. הרים כדונג למסכים יבשו כל אבתי פסל המתחרים אלים נשתחררו לו. שמה ותשמח ציון ותגרנה בנות יהודה למען משפטך אדוני כי את אדוני על כל הארץ מאוד נעלית על כל אלוהים ואדוני זינורה שומר נפשת חסידה מהרשעים יצילם אור זרעו על הצדיק אור ישלב שמחה שמחו צדיקות באדוני והודו לזכר קודשו מזמור שיר לאדוני שיר חדש כי נפשט עשה הושיענו ימינו זרוע קודשו לאדוני ישועתנו זכר חסדו ואמונתו לבית ישראל יצרו רעננו וזמרו זמרו לאדוני בכינוע בכל זמרם לפני אדוני קיבל ישפוט הארץ ישפוט תבל בצדק וימים במישרים Page 19 or page 258 Adonai Malach Yenizu Ami Moshe Pruvim Zanu Ta'aretz Adonai B'Tzion Gadol Ramu Akol Elohim Ozmi Atzakon Anta Mesharim Mishpat Tzedakah V'Yaakov Moshe V'Aaron B'Kohana U'Shmuel B'Korah Yishmor Korim El Adonai Ve'hu Yanem Be'amud Hanan Yidaber Alehem Shamru Edotav V'chok Natan Labam Adonai Eloheinu Ata Nitzam Anosei Lahem V'rokem Al Alilotam Ramemu Adonai Eloheinu V'ishtachavu Le'har Kodsho Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Please rise if you're able. Mizmor the David, page 21 or page 260. Mizmor David, Havul Adonai b'nei Elim, Havul Adonai, Kavod va'oz, Havul Adonai kevod shemo, Ishtachanu l'Adonai Be seated. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
For those who remember the very powerful film A Few Good Men, I may be dating myself. There's that powerful scene when Colonel Jessup, who's played by Jack Nicholson, is being interrogated on the stand by Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise pushes and pushes, and he says, "I want to know the truth." And Jessup says, "You can't handle the truth." And sometimes I feel like we live in a world where it's really hard to handle the truth that we see in the world. This week in Georgia, northern Georgia, 8 people were killed, 6 Asian American women. The hatred, the truth of the hatred that exists in our society is devastating, and it's hard to handle it. And at the same time, actually, God, according to the Me'orei Naim, thinks the Israelites, when they're leaving Egypt, can't handle the light. It's too much to move them from the experience of slavery and the darkness that exists in slavery to bring them straight towards the light. It would be too powerful. They wouldn't be able to handle it. It would be, says the Me'orei Naim, like leaving a dark cave and coming out into the brightness of the sun. You would have to turn away. And we all know that feeling, like when we used to go to movie theaters in the middle of the day, every once in a while I would have that pleasure. And you come out and you just can't handle the light. So according to the Me'orei Naim, God didn't just bring them from Mitzrayim, this narrow place from Egypt, from the darkness and the slavery and the constriction. God had to take them, one version of the story is, of course, they had to travel the long way. But in this teaching, it says, well, first, God took them out of the place of slavery. And then God gave them the commandment for Pesach. And then God took them across the sea. And then God traveled with them in the wilderness with a pillar of fire at night and the cloud by day. And then God gave them the Torah. And then God said to them, "Vasuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham," make for me a sanctuary so I can dwell amongst you. God had to slowly take them from that sense of darkness into the light, just like it would be being exposed to light gradually, first by making a narrow opening so they could see a little bit of light, and then broadening it until it becomes a window, and then taking them into the open air and showing them the light. So the Me'orei Naim gives us teaching on Parashat Vayikra, which is the parasha of this week, the opening parasha to the book of Leviticus, the central book, the third book in our Chumash in the Torah. So why does he make this comment on Parashat Vayikra? You would have thought he would have made it on Parashat, Bishalach, when they're leaving Egypt, or when they are told the commandment to build the tabernacle, the Mishkan. And the answer to that question is because all those moments are leading up to the very opening word of this week's Torah portion, Vayikra, and the entire book of Leviticus. Vayikra, God called to Moshe. And the Hasidic Rabbis believe that it's an ambiguous call, that it's actually not attributed initially to God. And they said it's like a bat kol, the voice of God from heaven, the feminine voice. It's lovely, by the way, to be with 3 women here. I can't remember the last time I led with only women on a Shabbat, which is a gift. Not that I don't like leading with men. It's just a special gift to lead with women. That the bat kol comes and calls to Moshe, but it calls to everyone. Each and every person gets the call to say, come forth. to serve God. Moshe is invited in to come to connect with God in the Mishkan, but says these rabbis that call is not unique to Moshe. It's a call that comes to each and every person. And what the Me'or Einayim is teaching is that all those moments, actually, we thought Sinai was the most important moment, or we might have thought that Yetziat Mitzrayim, that the Exodus from Egypt was the most important moment, but actually this moment, he's saying, is an extraordinary moment because all the moments leading up to this were for this very moment of being at a place where they could see the light of not enough and experience the call of God that they could actually move and serve God. And up until this moment, that wasn't possible, says the Me'or Einayim. It would have been too much light. And it also gives validity in some sense to this book of Vayikra, which often feels like a lot of moving through a lot. It's a lot of blood and guts of the sacrifices. But in a sense, all the previous moments of taking us through the journey have been in order that we actually have an offering to bring. Each and every person, Moshe, but all of us, it's a call that comes to say, who are you and how can you serve? And so we may diminish this middle book of the Torah sometimes because it doesn't have as many dramatic stories. But it opens with perhaps the most dramatic story, the most dramatic question that we're asked ever in our life, which is, who are you called to be? Come and serve and offer up who you specifically at this very time, in this very moment, are called to be. For some of us, the notion of a calling from God may feel uncomfortable. We don't know what it means to be called from God, to feel like we have a vocation in the world. So I would go back to the notion of light, which is the idea is little by little we actually can see a greater light, that we know a pathway to take, that we know how to walk through the world because we have a sense of purpose and light and serving. So it is sometimes hard to know the truth of this world. It's harsh and painful. But perhaps we also have to counter that truth with being willing to take ourselves to know the light, which is how can we be called to serve, to make that truth a little less harsh, because we bring our own particular unique calling and bring on the light, which is the call of the hour. Lecha Dodi, page 23 in Lev Shalem and page 262 in Sim Shalom.
Ay,
Standing as we welcome in our mourners this Shabbat. So I invite everyone to remain standing and turn to page 26 as Becca goes to greet Lauren Brenowitz. We extend our condolences to Lauren Brenowitz on the death of her mom at 100. I think she was almost 100. Rosalind Brenowitz with the words of condolence. Hamakom yenachem etchem betoch sha'ar of Leit Zion v'Yerushalayim. May the divine comfort you along with all the other mourners of Zion and Yerushalayim. You may be seated. We turn to Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat on page 27. Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat Tov Le'odot L'Adonai Tov Le'odot L'Adonai U'lezamer L'Shimcha Elyon Tov Le'odot L'Adonai U'lehagid b'boker chesdecha U'lehagid b'boker
Tzadik atama yifrach ke'erez balvanon yiskech
Chetolim bevet Adonai Tov
Od Yenuvun Beseva Od Yenuvun Beseva Desheim Verananim Yehu Tov Tov Leodot L'Adonai Lehagid Yeshasha Adonai Lehagid Yeshasha Adonai Sotzori Velo Tov Tov Leodot L'Adonai Adonai melach Yehuda meshabesh Adonai Yosita Zav Tikon Tema Batimot Nachon Kisacha Me'azmi Adamatan
עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, לביתך נא בקודש, לביתך נא בקודש, אדוני לאורך ימים.
beautiful nigun called Shavas Achim, that we're sitting together, a beautiful way for us to go into Shabbat, of sitting together, even from apart, just feeling the energy, taking it in, taking that deep breath of song into Shabbat. And we'll continue with Aravit on page 279 in the Shabbat Shalom and 39a in the Lev Shalem. We'll invite you to rise if you are able for Baruch Hu.
ואהבתך תצא ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
שמע ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשיטתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך.
אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We turn to page 290 or page 44 for Micha Mocha.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה
Oh כבוד אדוני את יעקב וגאלו אל חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גא ישראל השכיבנו אדוני השכיבנו
Rosalinu Sukkot Shalom Lecha V'Tzakninu Mitzat Tova Milfanecha V'Ashinu L'man Shemanu U'V'Tzakinu V'Chat Tasirenu V'Yashavenu V'Tzilenu V'Tzakim V'Echanu U'Rosalenu Ufrosalenu Sukkot Shalomecha Baruch Ata Adonai Hapore Sukkot Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Amo Yisrael Ve'al Yoshvei Tevel Ve'al Yerushalayim.
We continue with Vishamru, page 46 or 294. Continue with the silent amidah, page 296 and page 47. We invite you to say the words on the page or sing the song or prayer that is in your heart. continue with Vayechulu, page 314 in the Sim Shalom, or 53 in the Lev Shalom.
ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואימותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון כל נשמיים בארץ.
מגן אבות בדברו, לחיים איתים במאמרו, האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו.
אמן יחדמו ביום שבת קודשו, כי כבר רצה להניח להם.
לפניו נעבוד באהבה ופחד, ונודע לשמו בחוים תמיד, להון הברכות.
אלוהות אדון השלום, מקדש השבת רך שביעי, מניח לקדושה ללמד ושני עונג, זכר למעשה בראשית.
אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, רצה במנוחתנו קדשנו בתורתך, ותן חלקנו בתורתך, זרענו מטובך ושמח נפשנו משובתך, וטהר ליבנו לעובדך באמת, והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה ורצון שבת קודשך, וינוחו וישראל מקדשי שמך. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Continue with Kaddish Shalom.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ויעמד יברך חיותי וימלך מלכותי, וחייכונים ימחנו חי דרכו בית ישראל, בגולה בזמן קריב ואמרו
אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולמו ועולמיה יתברך.
יתברך Yisrael, Kipar Vitram Minasev, Yitadar Vitalav Yitalash Med Kudashav, Lelam Min Koberchata Vishirata, Tishrachata Venachamata, Damiram Be'alma V'yimeru.
Amen. תתקבל צרבותון דכו ישראל קדמו נשמע ויאמרו אמן.
יהי שלמה ובנשמי וחיים עלינו וכל ישראל ויאמרו
אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל
כל ישראל ועל כל
יושבי
יושבי
תבל
ויאמרו
amen. Continue with Kiddush, and I'll grab that.
Page 55 or page 318 in Sim Shalom.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shapach kodsho be'ahav ratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh bereshit ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zecher l'tzia Mitzrayim ki banu v'acharta ve'otanu kiddashta mikol amim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahav v'ratzon hinchilanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
L'chaim, l'chaim.
L'chaim. We continue on page 692 with a Malach Hagol El Oti, and a blessing that we give to our children, really all the children, but holding them close whether they're with us or afar, or even just opening all of ourselves up to blessing as we are all children. With blessings, Birkat Kohanim, continuing with blessing our children and opening ourselves up to thinking about peace, really what that looks like for us, an inner peace, and then a peace for our community, a peace for our nation. We so desperately seek peace, peace for all of us, and then, of course, peace for our world. The concentric circles of prayer and opening ourselves up to hope. This can be found on page 75 or 722.
Yesimech Elohim Kesar Rivka Rachel Leah
Ke'Ephraim Ke'Menashe Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom.
Amen.
And I'll invite you to rise if you're not already standing and you're able to, and we'll continue with Aleinu on page 320 or page 56.
Aleinu לשבח לדוד הכל התן גדולה ליוצר ראשית שלא עשנו כגויה רצון ולא שמענו נשמעות אדמה שלא Shab Yirkom Hashmayim Yimah Shechinat Adom Hu Eloheinu נתקן עולם במחמיר שדי בכל בני עשר יקרו יקבלו כל מעלתו
ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אלוהיך אחד ושמו אחד.
We conclude with Mourner's Kaddish, which can be found on page 324 or page 58. And we invite those who are joining us on Zoom to unmute, and we'll say Kaddish together. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah Ba'almad Divra Chirutei Ve'amnich Malchutei V'chayechon U've'yomechon U'v'chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Omer Maya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei Kedusha Brechu Leila min kol berchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata ta'amiram be'alma v'imru Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru Amen. 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 Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Really beautiful to be here and with a few people here with us, and also all of our community that joined us on Zoom, and then our community that's joining us from wherever you are, streaming-wise, but special to be together. And I was thinking as we were singing the melody that we sang after the amidah, Karov, it comes from the Ashrei, that line in Ashrei, and it speaks about how God hears us, and no matter where we're calling from everywhere, that connection through that calling and that Vayikra, and thinking of that moment of calling, but also that moment of song. And for me, that was actually the first time I had the privilege of singing that with other people. The first time I heard it was when I was in quarantine and wasn't singing with people. So a moment of also that calling together, the voices coming together and knowing that we're singing together. So a moment of togetherness on Shabbat. And with that, we send our condolences as a community, and we hold close another moment of togetherness. We hold close Lauren Brenowitz and her family on the death of her mother, Roslyn Brenowitz, and Lauren is joining us here, and we send our condolences to you and your family.
I also want to, we mourn the death of our longtime member actually, Barbara Melsack, who died yesterday. And we can see where she used to sit in the sanctuary, and we extend our condolences to her daughter, Molly Melsack. There will be an email coming forth in the next coming days, and just holding Barbara's memory close, and also Molly.
And we say to them, Hamakom Yenachem Echem Betoch Shar Avlei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. We send you comfort along with the mourners in Zion and Yerushalayim, Jerusalem. And on the other side of the life cycle, we wish a Mazal Tov, and we welcome the granddaughter of David and Ethel Bernard, Sophia Bernard, to her parents Adam and Margarita. So welcome to baby Bernard. And we also say a Mazal Tov to the Zivan family on the birth of Miriam Zivan, the great-granddaughter of Sai. And Helen, and also Karen Zichrona Libracha. So Mazal Tov and welcome to our newest members. You can join us tomorrow morning for Shabbat services at 9:30 in the morning. We look forward to it after a nice Shabbat rest and hopefully dinner. And also for families and anyone who would like to join us, we'll also be having a Kulanu service where you can join me and Michael Harlow in a soulful and songful Shabbat morning family service, which will happen on Zoom. And we will conclude Shabbat very late, so we have so much time. Really, now we have so much time of Shabbat that's coming because we changed the clock. So we will conclude Shabbat together with Aravit and Havdalah at 8 p.m. tomorrow. So we have a long day of Shabbat on Saturday instead of it creeping up on us on Fridays. And with that, after Shabbat, we have the privilege to continue the melodies and the music and really hear an incredible opportunity of song, which is Music in the Afterglow, women's voices from around the world. And I know that our Rabbinic fellow Deborah will be joining along with women from all over the world. And Don Nadel, our music director, has just done an unbelievable job of pulling together this talent, and it will be such a beautiful way to go into the week and go into the week of Pesach together. So the week, I guess, before, but as we said, because Shabbat is right before, but really to get our spirits up as we go into cleaning. And then we have great opportunities to learn for Pesach as well. So on Sunday, before that, on Sunday, we'll have Shacharit together on Zoom at 9:30. And then we'll have the opportunity to continue marking Women's History Month with learning about the Exodus through what do women really think. And this is with Tamar Beali, who compiled a beautiful compilation of midrashim, of stories from modern Israeli women. So a really powerful experience to learn with her, and we feel very blessed. And it will be about Pesach, so also things that you can bring to your Seder. And with that, also on Monday, March 22nd at 8 p.m., you'll have the opportunity to learn with Rabbi Shai Held from Hadar with the Jerome L. Stern pre-Pesach lecture. So this will be also another opportunity, again, to think about Pesach as we go into it. And then on Thursday morning, we can learn with our other rabbinic fellow, Grace, for Tanit Bechorot, which is the Siyum. So if anybody's fasting for the firstborn, but even if not, it's a great opportunity to do a Siyum, to a conclusion of learning, so that then you can eat throughout the day if that's something that you would like to be doing as you lead up to Pesach. And then finally, we want to invite everybody. Zoom Seders are both not exactly what we anticipated, but after a year of Zoom, also offer us so much opportunity to connect and be together. So we wanted to know if you are hosting a Zoom Seder, and if you have room to invite other BJ members to your Zoom Seder, you can please be in touch with us. We would love to put people together so that we can celebrate. And one of the best parts of Pesach is that we get 2 nights of Sedarim, so you can really open up the joy and have different people around the table. So with that, we say Shabbat Shalom and look forward to a really wonderful Shabbat together and then a beautiful week leading into Pesach. And we will conclude with Shalom Aleichem. You can find this on page 722 or page 73 as we welcome our Shabbat angels.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashem, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Malachei Hashem, Malachei Elyon.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat